Yes, now people, what is up? Hope you're all doing super good today. Thought I'd nip back in with another quick little Ableton tutorial. Well, I mean, it'll apply to everything, it'll apply to most of the AWs, to be honest. And it's just how to get a bit more bounce and a bit more pizzazz in your drums, make them feeling a bit more live, a bit more bouncy, a bit more, you know what I mean, a bit more vibrant. So if I can draw your attention this way, we've got Ableton on the left. I've got a 140 kick drum, you can see it up here, my BPMs, and then my drum patterns here. So I've just knocked in a little drum pattern. It's just a standard drill half-time sort of drum pattern. It's nothing proper slow, but you can tell we're dying for the hats. It's screaming for the hats. So let's run through. So my first tip would be to use a simpler. Instead of dragging and dropping them in, I find myself using, I do this a lot. I'm a sucker for the drag drop. But I love, but this is so much better because obviously you're playing it in, you've got more choice of where the sample's going to go. It's going to sound a bit more live and it's just going to be better all around, just a bit better. So I'll play these in quickly and then we'll come back. I'll see you then. So I'm back in the room. So my first sequence there, playing the simpler, I found the sample I like, and then I'm just playing 16ths on the first one. On the first instance, we will come back and we'll do another hi-hat layer after this one, but on the first I'll just play in 16ths just so I've got that time and I've got my metronome sort of style there. And I'm also, with the simpler, if you change keys, it'll change the octave of the note you're playing. So what I'll do is I'll try and change up the pattern. You can see here on the pattern over this way that I've switched keys. I've gone from D to E. It's just to add a little more pattern, a little more variety in there. So if we play this now, so we've got a bit more pattern going on. But what we can do is a little out of time. So we're going to drag all this. Select it all by dragging over it. We're going to right click it, we're going to go to Quantize settings, and then this little box is going to pop up. So obviously 16ths is going to be 16ths, but we don't want that. Usually I'll cut to triplets and then I'll drop the amount to 75, but this is all yours to just have a play around with. So if you just play around, it's going to be different for every single groove you do. It's going to be different for every single pattern of melody you do, whatever. It's just all about finding the right settings for you, really, personally. For you. I'm going for 16th triplets, 75%. Pressing OK, and you ready? Watch the clips. It's gonna go set them up. Bam. So that's a good start there. And then where do I find my grooves? My grooves. There we go. So if we go on MIDI effects now, we've done that, we've changed it up, we've quantized it. Next step, we're going to want to add a little bit of groove, a little bit of shuffle. So I think we go to MIDI effects, and then you come down here and find one of these, and then do you just drop this on? Okay, no you don't do that. Alright, okay. Right, so we just played all the hi-hats in, we've just quantized them up. The next thing we're going to do is add some groove. So we'll add a little bit of shuffle, add a little bit more liveliness and realistic playing again. So again, we're just going to want to highlight all the clips we've played in. And then on the left here, we're going to, just down here, we're going to go to the groove, and you see this spinning little arrow thing. It'll almost look like a recycle or a refresh logo. I'm going to click this, and it's going to pop up with hop swap mode and bring up all the swing and the groove. I'm going to throw an SB 1200, like the SB12, the classic swing. Everyone knows that pattern, it's the hip hop pattern in it. So I'm going to throw one of them on. Usually a 71, but it doesn't really matter. We're playing an 8-bar. You see we're playing an 8-bar loop, so we want the 8-bar swing just so it keeps in tight. They're pre-programmed to Ableton. If it's an 8, you're doing it, use the 8. If it's 16, use 16, easy. So drop that down as a groove channel, and then we're going to commit this, and it's just going to warp everything up to add a little bit of shuffle onto it. So there we go, committed that now. So you can see with the, if you look down this way, you can see it's changed all the velocities of the hats, so they're getting triggered less harshly and less like painfully. That little change in volume is going to make it a little bit more skippy and give you a bit more room, and feel like a bit more like a real drummer. So then what I typically do is I come in with another hat, so I'll grab another simpler now. Simpler. And then I'm going to find another hat. We're going to want an open hat or a crash or something similar to that, sort of like a not as loud as that one. Oh my gosh, my crashes are horrible. That'll do. And we just, same again, I'm playing this in, maybe not on the 16th, so you just want to find your little pan you like, and then I'm going to try and maybe aim for before the snare, but we'll see how we go. Chilling. So again, we'll just hit the quantize and the shuffle. Dragged all that in and give that a listen. And then if you wanted, the groove is still going to be there in the drop down, the same groove we used, so we'll just throw that in there again, commit that. And that's pretty much it. That's how you're going to get skippy hats, jumpy hats, a bit more natural shuffle in Ableton. Easy peasy. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, all that jazz. Appreciate you wholeheartedly. Have a good day.